Mindy xin thân ái kính chào quý vị đã đến với chương trình Nhịp cầu nghệ sĩ của VNTV. Kính thưa quý vị, những quý vị nào đã tham gia chương trình Autumn Concert của Hoàng Công Luận và nhóm thân hữu tổ chức đêm 11 tháng 10 vừa qua tại John B. Rock Theater ở San Diego chắc cũng đã biết đến tài chơi dương cầm của em Andrew Vũ Duy Ân. Em đã làm rất nhiều khán thính giả ngạc nhiên và thích thú với những bài solo đòi hỏi sự luyện tập rất công phu và năng khiếu rất đặc biệt. Hôm nay, VNTV mời em đến phòng thu của chúng tôi để chúng ta có dịp tìm hiểu thêm về tài năng mới của cộng đồng người Việt Việt Nam tại San Diego. Hi Andrew, welcome to VNTV. You were amazing. Your performance at Hoàng Công Luận Autumn Concert blew everyone away. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Right now, I am 13 years old, and I am an 8th grader. And really, I started piano when I was 4 years old, and my first teacher was Miss Slamati. And she really showed me the basics to piano, such as playing the right note at the right time, and she also showed me how to use the pedals and basic music theory. So that was a really good start to my piano career. And then starting at the summer of 3rd grade, in the beginning of 4th grade, I started with a new teacher, and his name was Victor Sheckman. And I really thank him today for really teaching me the ways of the piano and the art in which music is really showing to the world, because music has its own definition. And Victor really shows me how the depth of music can really change someone's life.
Now, I hear that you are a seminar student, 4.0, and you go to public school, you have a lot of homework, and you have to practice piano a lot. How many hours do you practice a day?
Average of around 2 hours would be reasonable, but sometimes I get carried away and I go up to a maximum of around 4 hours, and till then that would get me really tired.
Any other playtime?
Yes, I do. I have time for homework, and sometimes on occasion, I go outside and I play basketball, which is one of my favorite sports.
That's wonderful. Tell me, why do you like classical music?
Well, classical music is one of those things in which is like back then, like 18th century. And it's really an awe to really know, like, someone composed this 300 years ago. And it's come back to now. And really, it has a great meaning to me, because something so far back in the world could have such a meaning on life today.
Were you nervous when you were doing your solo, or were you nervous when you were duet with Hoàng Công Luận, the Oblivion piece?
I was really nervous right when I stepped on stage, because right then I knew everybody was looking at me and the spotlights were on me, and that was like my time to shine. So the solo really scared me and put me on my nerve. But then when I played with Hoàng Công Luận, he really comforted me. And together we made music, and it was a wonderful time on stage.
How long does it take you to prepare a masterpiece like Un Suspiro by Franz Liszt?
It took me a whole year to complete the piece by Franz Liszt, because all the technical difficulties, all the run-throughs, and all the cadenzas really made it a hard time to study. But Victor really made it much more simpler for me, and he really showed me that it wasn't really that all the notes matter, but it's really how you feel the music.
Now, why did you choose such a difficult piece?
A part of me is in Franz Liszt's music because of the Romanticism, and back then in the 18th century, Franz Liszt was one of those virtuosos. He stunned audiences. So when he stunned audiences, it was like wow to everybody. And I really want to bring back that wow to today.
How did you feel when they request an encore?
Well, it's very interesting when a whole crowd really wants you to play another piece. And it's really my privilege to play another piece because that's what a pianist really wants to do. You really want to share your thoughts, your emotions, and your music to the crowd.
This is such an inspiration for the kids your age. I know at the time, a lot of kids went to the concert. Do you have a message for kids, younger kids out there that like the music and wanted to do well? Do you have a message for them?
Yes, definitely. And the message is really, do what you like and like what you do. And that saying is very famous, and there's a reason to it. Because without you liking what you do, there's no really meaning to doing that, something that you really want to do.
You have to like what you do.
Yeah.
That's important. Have you heard of a Vietnamese concert pianist, Đặng Thái Sơn? The one who won first prize gold medalist at the 10th International Chopin Piano competition in Warsaw in 1980. He was the first Asian ever won the prestigious award. Do you want to be like him?
Yes, definitely. I would love to go in his footsteps because he is a very virtuosic pianist, and his repertoire is very, very wide in range, and he is part of my roots. So he is a Vietnamese pianist, and that makes me very proud because it shows that anybody can become a pianist and anybody can do what they love.
When you say Vietnamese, can you speak Vietnamese?
Yes, I can.
No, I can speak Vietnamese with you. Ở nhà Andrew có mấy người anh em?
Dạ, con có hai anh em. Có một cái anh, một cái em. Cái em con là 11 tháng. Cái anh là 18 tuổi rồi ở trong USD.
Bây giờ mình đi hỏi Andrew là trong 5 năm kế tiếp, in 5 years from now, what do you want to do in 5 years from now? What do you see yourself?
Well, in 5 years, I will be in college, and that would be a very interesting, very, very interesting experience for me. And 5 years will bring a lot of maturity to my playing. And of course, I would love to exploit my technicality in piano. So that will be probably one of my majors. But I also am interested in another major because I'm interested in other subjects. So probably I would pick science because science is very interesting. It's the study of the natural world, and really we're on the natural world. So,
where do you want to go to college?
My interests are either the Curtis Institute of Music or Juilliard School. But also I would also like USC as a local school and Stanford.
Did your parents encourage you to learn music at age 4, or did you just, you show the interest and they help you toward that?
The very interesting thing is, when I started my interest in piano, it wasn't because of my parents. It was mostly because of my older brother. And I started piano lessons when I was 4 because I begged my parents to have lessons because my brother really inspired me to play piano because he played piano and he practiced a lot when he was the age when I was 4. So he would be 9. And I was very just like, wow, I want to play piano. So he really sparked the
He was a role
fire.
model for you.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
wonderful. How did you feel standing on the same stage, with other professionals, entertainer, and in front of 500 people?
It was my absolute privilege, and it wouldn't have been a reality if it weren't for my teacher supporting me and actually helping me to understand music, and for Ko Chang, who really supported me and actually brought me up to Hong Kong. because she really was the one who was like, let's do this. And she brought me, and then we had a rehearsal with Hong Kong Lung. And that was the one chance that I had to have an opportunity to play with other professionals. So she is really the change maker right there.
Andrew, I heard that you have more events coming up. One coming up in November. Can you tell me a little more?
So in November, I will have a concert at a nursing home. And the program is that I will be playing with a few other young artists around my age. Some of them go to my school. Mm-hmm. And that is called the Fanfare Organization. And they also very much help me in introducing me to the public as a pianist.
And then December.
Yes. So the story behind that is I went to watch one of my friends in this master class, and we saw that that place where they had a piano was a great stage for me. So when we realized that, we actually went up to the manager that same day, and they said that I can play there. So that's how we got booked.
That's great. And February, I heard there's one more concert coming up.
Yes. So there, the USD Chamber Orchestra has invited me to play a solo piece at UCSD, and it's really my privilege and honor to be invited there.
That's wonderful. Và kính thưa quý vị, chúng tôi sẽ thông báo cho quý vị những lần concert kế tiếp của Andrew, và quý vị có thể tìm Andrew Vũ piano ở trên Google search. Andrew, thank you for sharing your thought with us, and good luck with your music career. Once you become one of the best pianists in the world, please come back to VNTV and give us a private performance. Okay?
Definitely. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kính thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là phần nói chuyện của Mandy và tài năng trẻ của cộng đồng Việt Nam tại San Diego, Andrew Vũ Duy Ân. Chúng tôi mong rằng trong tương lai sẽ có những buổi phỏng vấn tương tự và giới thiệu đến cộng đồng của chúng ta những mầm non, những tài năng mới của người Việt tại Hoa Kỳ. Mandy xin kính chào tạm biệt quý vị và xin hẹn gặp lại quý vị vào chương trình Nhịp cầu nghệ sĩ kỳ tới.